So this is in preparation for today's lesson, how to solve for x when you see fractions. Okay, so these are fractions, but it's nothing to be scared of because you can easily get rid of the fractions, and I will show you that later. Okay, so first thing you should do every time is to make sure that you first add or subtract. Okay, add or subtract before multiplying or dividing. Okay, and also you have to determine what the sign will be. So let's look at this one. It says minus minus, so immediately what should we do? We should turn that into a positive because we know negative times negative is positive. Okay, so you end up with 50 divided by u plus 2 equals 7. Okay, now a lot of you might want to do this first, get rid of the u. Don't do that. You need to move the 2 first. Remember, add or subtract before dividing or multiplying. Okay, so how do I do that? I get rid of the 2 by putting the reciprocal or opposite operation. So if it's plus 2, I add minus 2, and I do the same for the other side. So this cancels because 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, so now what are we left with? 50 divided by u equals 7 minus 2 is 5. Now, if you look over here, this is a fraction. A fraction is a division problem. So what is the opposite of division? Multiplication. So we are going to multiply both sides by the denominator. Okay? The denominator is the bottom part of the fraction. Okay? So let's do that. The denominator of this fraction is u. So I multiply both sides by u. Now, since u is on the numerator and denominator, I can cancel it already. Okay? So you are left with 50 equals 5u. And now we know that this is a multiplication problem. 5u, when there is no sign, that's multiply. Okay? So how do I get rid of the multiplication? How do I get rid of the 5 so that it goes to the other side? I do the reciprocal or opposite, which is division. So I divide this by the coefficient of u. The coefficient, the number before the variable. And I do the same to the other side. So this cancels out. And we are left with u is equal to 10. Okay? So we need to check by substitution. Okay, so copy the original equation, 50 over u minus negative 2 equals 7. So 50 divided by, what is u? U is 10. So I write 10 there. And what is negative negative? Negative negative is plus. Okay, so we have equals 7. 50 divided by 10 is 5 plus 2 equals 7. And you need to finish this. Don't leave it like that, okay? 7 is equal to 7. So if both sides are equal, then that means your calculation is correct, okay? So let's try this one. Again, do not get rid of a first, okay? Add or subtract first. Since 9 is with the variable, I would just move 9 to this side. And since it's a positive 9, the opposite or reciprocal is negative 9. Okay? So that cancels. We are left with 30 times a equals 6 minus 9 is negative 3. Okay? Now, how do we get rid of the fraction? We multiply it by, okay, the denominator. Okay, so since we're multiplying it by the denominator, we can cancel that out. You are left with 30 is equal to negative 3a. Okay, so how do we get rid of the negative 3 so that a is by itself? We divide divided by negative 3 divided by negative 3. So you're left with A is equal to positive 30 divided by negative 3 is negative 10. So let's check by substitution. Okay, so 9 plus 30 over A equals 6. 9 plus 30 over A, which is negative 10, equals 6. 9 plus, what is positive 30 divided by negative 10? That would give you negative 3 equals 6. And 9 minus 3 is 6 equals 6. If they're equal, then this is correct. Okay, so let's do another one. So as you can see here, okay, we need to transfer the 10 to the other side, so the reciprocal. So you're left with negative 12 over B equals minus 6 plus 10 is positive 4. Multiply both sides by the denominator, cancel, equals 4B, and then divide by the coefficient. So now you're left with B is equal to negative 3 because negative divided by positive is negative. So let's CBS. Negative 12 over B minus 10 equals negative 6. Negative 12 over B is negative 3 minus 10 equals minus 6. Negative 3 divided by negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive 4 minus 10 equals negative 6, and positive 4 minus 10 is equal to negative 6. So if both sides are the same, then this is correct. And the last example, okay, positive 9, so you're left with 35y equals negative 14 plus 9 is negative 5, okay? Multiply both sides by the denominator. So 35 is equal to negative 5y. Now, how to isolate y? Leave y by itself. We divide it by the coefficient of negative 5. So you have y is equal to negative 7 because positive divided by negative is negative. So let's do check by substitution. 35 over y minus 9 equals negative 14. Okay, 35 divided by y is negative 7 minus 9 equals negative 14. 35 divided by negative 7 is negative 5 because positive divided by negative is negative. Minus 9 equals negative 14. And negative 14 equals negative 14. Okay? So that is what's going to help you do operations that has a fraction in it. Okay, bye.